O'clock. Start.
We're not doing that.
It's 8 o'clock. We got 8 o'clock. I was about to say, we about to start. Got all this wrong. I think I actually. What's up? Yeah.
Slide on the rise, distractions, we unveiling the guys. Building solutions, building up skies. Indigenous ties, they fake off the minds, but we spread the knowledge. Gotta clean what it's
I may hear it go up and down. Don't worry, radio land is covered. We got you.
And we live everywhere, just so you know, when we are talking in between.
So we take it back to the essence. Back when it wasn't late to spread the lessons. 10% scared, we spit the message. Every form of truth is a question. No guessing. Looting is cycle. Obsession, step on aggression. Music was expression. Truth is different. Such a great plan in a second.
Nan, are you live on Facebook? No, I said live on Instagram, live on TikTok. I'm already naturally live on Facebook. So I'm going to delete this. You got it. Welcome to Abundancechild Live. Of course, I am your host, Abundancechild. We are here with
Vocalist John Carr, a star from another galaxy, a soldier of love. And I do mean love in all languages, y'all. Hooah, hooah.
Hooah. This is episode 8. Can y'all believe we made it to episode 8? Episode 8 represented Obatala. Episode 8 representing abundance. Episode 8 representing justice.
Come on.
So it's crazy because I have a brother that I've been knowing for a while now, since before he even graduated from the university, since before I even knew he was dealing with Pan-African Liberation Organization. I'm just really excited about this episode.
Yes,
this episode is about parasites, y'all. And I'm not just talking about parasites, it's the buzzword, the word that everybody is talking about right now. You need to cleanse, you need to do this, you need to do that. I'm talking about the biological, the spiritual, the cultural, and what it means to liberate ourselves from the systems that feed on our bodies, feed on our ignorance, that feed on our spirit, that feed on our mind.
Come on.
So Minister Tamiim Fatiu is here representing the Pan-African Liberation Movement, as I said, spaced out of Baltimore, which actually has 3 decades.
3 decades?
3 decades of experience mobilizing our people around self-determination, around health, around sovereignty, around revolutionary and education as a community.
Yes.
So listen, there's a diet for every disease, and the first diet for us always starts with the Most High. So what we do is what we always do on this show. We want to give thanks and praises to the Most High, Oludumare. We want to give thanks and praises to the Arumale. We want to give thanks and praises to our Orisa, the Egbe, Egungun, to our Ori, to our ancestors. We want to give thanks and praises to all the ancestors of all the people who are listening, to all the ancestors who made today happen, who made this radio station happen. So, we thank you, and continue to continue to share, continue to subscribe to all things Abundancechild, Abundancechild Facebook, Abundancechild Instagram, Abundancechild TikTok, Abundancechild Mashable, Abundancechild Tumblr, Abundancechild YouTube.
Come on.
So it's really real, y'all. And we're really thankful. We know that gratitude is the key to success.
Yes, it is.
We know that gratitude is the thing that always saves us.
Yes.
And if you have good character, then you probably will have good character. But I want to kind of talk about how there is a limit, or what some people call a diet, for every disease. But more importantly, there is a diet for every soul. And speaking of destiny, I kind of want to talk about how we need to be detoxing our government, our institutions. And I know most people probably thinking I'm talking about like the United States of America to the republic for which they stand. No, I'm talking about the government that you have of your own mind that is governed by your governance ordinance department, which would be what we call Orisa. It knows the past, the present, and the future. And we had a amazing book last night. We were reading the purpose part. Right. About reincarnation.
The book was titled Reincarnation, The Purpose of Reincarnation. And it was magnificent.
So we're adding that to the book club. Don't forget the Abundance Network on Facebook. That is where I'll be posting the books, having the conversations. I'm also on Reddit, y'all. Add Abundance, y'all, obviously. Ask Abundance. I have a lot of information over there. And of course, do not forget to go to abundancechild.com. Again, we are live on WJVS Radio right here in where it's City of Wilmington in Delaware does business. And you can tune in at WJVS.com. You can also download the app. We are really, really thankful for technology. It's 5 minutes after the hour. And I want to kind of get back into what I'm talking about. The government that is your body, which is the jurisdiction of your mind, which is the only thing that is actually real. So I was just thinking about, I was telling Anana Tawa earlier, my daughter, she's 37 weeks, and I'm just like, so this spirit that's coming here, an ancestral spirit, where did it come from? Was it dead where it came from? Right. Is it alive? Is it having a whole existence? There's a whole consciousness, right? And then it lands and it descends here on Earth. So I like how that book talked about how destiny is not whimsical. Right. So if destiny is not whimsical and the governance ordinance department, which is our ORI, which is what most people call the mind, know our past, present, and future, that means that every single thing that happens to us is not by circumstance. It's not whimsical. It happens for a reason. It means everything is happening for you and it's not happening to you. So if everything is happening for you and not to you, and we do have some control and we do have free will over certain things, and nobody's putting a gun to our head and saying, you need to eat that Coca-Cola, you need to eat Popeyes, you need to eat Kentucky Fried Chicken, you need to eat sugar, you need to eat red number this and blue number that, then that's where we can start taking control over our governments, our institutions, and our systems. Because if you can't take control over your government institution of yourself, where you have a constitution, your body has a certain constitution. Sometimes it's hot, sometimes it's cold, sometimes it's right in alignment. But if you don't have control over that, how are you going to have control over yourself? How are you going to magnetize a partner to be able to have something where now you're creating another entity, another one, right? And then how are you going to be able to go out into the community and bond with other families if you don't have one thing right? And for those people who are into the Bible, if y'all don't get Genesis right, how are you getting anything else right? Because they give us our live it right there in Deuteronomy. So it's really that simple for me. We walking around possessed. We're walking around with cravings. We have mood swings, impulsive decisions that we later regret. And we even have triggers that we're unaware of. And sometimes when we are aware of those triggers, we don't really know how to respond. And the response usually is character. And the character is based off of the things that you have put in your body. The things that you have put in your body will determine whether you are vicious, whether you are too territorial, because you probably eat a lot of meat, right? Whether you are as a male, having breasts and things like that, because you're probably having a lot of estrogen, because you probably eat a lot of chicken, and that's what they're putting in the animals right now. Or you're having a lot of emotional or psychological mood swings and patterns. It's all because of your habits. It's all because of how a lot of these relationships that we have with food are actually because there are entities. We talk about the devil outside, but really the devil might be inside yourself, and it might be a parasite. So I just wanted to bring it from the spiritual back to the mental, to the physical, where we actually have a control over in this realm, which is a realm of education, which is a marketplace where we use our education in this marketplace, and we're coming and going as ancestral entities, and really starting to study about what our ancestors ate, and going beyond the textbook education about what our ancestors ate, because they surely didn't eat the ancestral pyramid that they have, perpetrated on us. They never, the people who have designed that pyramid really never designed a pyramid in their life. So I don't even know why we started with that food pyramid. But at the end of the day, we know that the key to self and the true key to liberation is growing in our kitchen. It's probably on our altars, like we giving all these offerings and things like that to Orishas and ancestors. But the altar really needs to be the altar from within. The altar needs to be ourselves.
Alter self.
And that's really what liberation is, because a diet that kills parasites is one that sharpens the mind, and it restores the spirit, and it elevates character. And the character, actually, not gratitude, character is the only thing that actually can save us at the end of the day. So I wanted to start talking to people about things that you should do before you decide to go on like a parasite cleanse. All right, because everybody tries to jump into to just these new fads, and not saying that sea moss is a fad and the parasite cleanse is a fad or anything like that, but to a lot of people, it's new information. A lot of people becoming plant-based is new information. A lot of people dealing with Orisa is new information. A lot of people Pan-Africanism is new information. Right. So what I want to do is try to help people out and say, please, please, please do not do any type of parasite cleanse if you're not already pooping 2 times a day. All right. If you're eating 2 times a day, 3 times a day, and you are not defecating, using the bathroom at least 2 times to 3 times a day, then that means that the parasites cannot exit through your colon because it is full. That means it's going to move to another organ like the heart or the brain or the liver or the spleen or the kidney. So also, if that means that you're probably struggling with constipation, which on an esoteric level means that you are having a hard time releasing and letting go. So if you're having a hard time doing that, you need to start focusing on that before you do any type of cleanse, a water fast, a parasite cleanse, any of those types of things. And don't just start taking papaya seeds and chewing them up or eating them whole. However, y'all are doing it because you've seen somebody post about it. You always need to prepare your body first. One of the ways that you can prepare your body first is doing a mono diet, like all watermelon or grapes, or doing a fruit cleanse or all raw cleanse or something like that for at least 72 hours. That means that's 3 days. And start drinking herbal teas to prepare for that. You also want to make sure that you're taking things like a binder such as chlorella. All right. Why would you want to do that? It's because chlorella is one that removes the bad and keeps the good. A lot of people are into these trends of like activated charcoal and stuff like that. That's a dumb binder. We use that a lot of times, like in learn this like from ATRs.
Well, what is that? What is that activated
charcoal? A lot of people are brushing their teeth with that and stuff like that, including us. I just think that everything should be done in balance, right? Like, what did you balance that out with? But that is the kind of binder that I would say that you would avoid, because it's a little bit more harsh on the system. It's like chemotherapy, and it sweeps away the good with the bad. So you just have to be balanced with these types of things before you just rushing into anything else. Drink a lot of water with fresh lime, fresh lemon. Our ancestors really knew what they were doing when they created these things, because it is chemical warfare out here on us. It is. And lemon is something that absolutely you should incorporate that will support your liver. Your liver is a filter, and it flushes the toxins from your body. So cleanses, depending on the type, can be very harsh on the liver. All right. What else did I want to say?
So you say depending on the type of cleanse can be hard on us.
And last but not least, avoid sugar. You want to avoid dairy. You want to avoid processed foods like the oily things and the fried things. And you want to avoid meat before you're going on this fast. We're not telling people on this broadcast to not eat meat, because we know people are going to do what they want to do. But when you're trying to prepare your body for a cleanse, sometimes you have to fast and stop doing, as they do the Daniels fast and stuff like that, what you've been doing for the past 20, 30, 40 years, so you can give your body a break, so you can give your organs a break. All right. And I'm just going to take a break right there and take a breath, because I got the Drop Squad anthem.
Yeah. Right? There's nothing better than drop.
Ashe gang.
Akika.
Ashe gang.
Nothing's better than drop, squat, kick, chin.
Drop, squat, kick,
Drop, squat,
it's drop, squat. One thing about Drop Squad, when you eat it, heals your brain, because the money gets the same. Drop Squad, real, not fake, no shame. And we built for that. Ancestors got it back. And where my egg day at, from heaven to earth, we on the map. We make reflex our oldest ancestral souls with flavors that are bold. Be healthy is our goal. In the kitchen, we're more than plant-based pioneers. We are the change. Drop Squad Kitchen is bigger than all these fake ass venues. Plan place for everybody, so we won't be disrespected. If you want the best, order Marlene, just relax. A side of NJ fries that God shaping, that's a rack. If you have junk food, meat replacer, or you want a V steak, then just say it. But then if you are raw, vegan, gluten free, soy free, fraud, and a hater, you gonna know it when you order.
There's nothing better than Drop Squad Kitchen. It's Drop Squad Kitchen.
Who are we?
We're Drop Squad Kitchen.
Say what?
It's Drop Squad Kitchen.
Who got to say we don't get them, they gon' get us all. They got them see us so too and what? We ain't scared of y'all. On no goon, y'all, we gonna keep. Ain't got a comic deal, you need to stop. People been woke 2 years and think they high. Talk about how much knowledge they got. Yo, all your content look the same. Sick of that steak, walnut meat. What? Same stuff in the videos.
Y'all don't hear me though.
Big ups to Dead Press.
Yeah.
Healthy or junk food or life.
Real plant-based, and we won't stop to it's off the
Drop Squad
Kitchen. It's Drop Squad Kitchen.
Hootie-hoo!
Drop Squad Kitchen. It's Drop Squad Kitchen.
Fade them out. Got that vegan shit. We keep it with righteousness. Drop Squad got that veganish. We keep it plant-based with righteousness. Hey. Muso. Big ups to Abdullah Bay Islam. Big ups the weighing of the heart. Hotep. Be that likeness. Love. Big ups to our Egg Bay Dead Press. Yo. So right on alignment with what I was talking about, doing the parasite cleanse and just cleansing in general and things that you should not do before you embark on just having a high, holy, and sacred diet, whether it's vegan, whether it's plant-based, or whether it's just more alkaline. Just, go back to anywhere in the show before 8:13. Also want to big ups WJVS Radio. Yeah. We are live every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 17 minutes out the hour. And like I said, I feel like I'm in alignment because right when I wanted to talk about this, I saw the minister. I saw the brother who I've known for a while. First, I knew him as a customer of Drop Squad Kitchen. He is on the text list, and he used to come in and get the veggie burgers when there was like veggie burger 101, you know what I mean? The 1.0. And then I seen him like doing capoeira. I seen him at the House of Ram. I seen him dating. And I was just like, you need to be having a woman, a queen. I seen him get married. I seen him have a baby. I remember him experience loss and how he dealt with that with really good character. I saw him come as a father. I seen him be an entrepreneur and literally be a part, of Drop Squad for a while. What else do I remember? I remember when he started testing things, and I was like, this is like a mad scientist over here. And I remember when he came into like a mad version of himself. So from training days to learning labs, this is a brother that I could say, or he would not be in this room, a brother of good character. And I am very, very excited. Welcome to the show, Minister Tamiim Fatiu. Yes. Welcome.
Thank you, my sister. That was, I gotta say, I think that was one of the greatest compliments I've been given, to say I'm a person of good character. Because, culturally, that's what we aspire to. That's what we aspire to do. So that really touched my heart. I'm happy to be here. I love that. I love the energy. So
Ashe.
Ready to rock and roll.
Well, I have a few questions, if you don't mind. Of course, I know you got questions. One of my questions is, first of all, minister, is that some ecclesiastical, is that just like what we did back in Black Power movements and things like that? So what is the minister title?
The minister title is bestowed within PLM. So it's a title, a leadership position within our organization, within PLM, within our family. And my position, my role is the Minister of Health. So that was bestowed upon me by our leader, Baba Imhotep. So thank you very much, Baba Imhotep, for seeing my quality and being able to bestow that upon me. So, and in the case of doing that, yes, I can also do a lot of other ministerial things because I'm going to use whatever it is that I can use that exists within this society. So if I can use it and I can take that position and advance us, that's what I'm going to do.
I see it. I mean, I know it. You see it, hear it, feel it, believe it, become it. I already know that. So the next thing I want to know is you have another title, which we call name. It's Tamiim and Fatiu. Would you mind letting us know what that is? What those things mean?
Absolutely. So it was June. Actually, I'm coming up on my naming anniversary. It was June of 2019, June 30th, I want to say, 2019. I was bestowed the name Tamiim Fatiu.
Oh,
so Tamiim means perfection. Ikwe means persistent.
Let's spell Ikwe.
EKWE. And Fatiu means liberator.
That's
our family name?
Is Ikwe an Igbo name? Igbo?
I want to say yes.
I think so.
I want to say
so
yes.
So you said perfection?
Like God. You know what I mean?
Ikwe is what now?
Persistent.
Persistent.
Yeah. Speaks to a brother's character.
You are persistent, for sure.
Persistent.
I love it.
But that's right in alignment with what you said, a brother who has great character. Otherwise, he wouldn't be.
I didn't know what else to say because I didn't want to embellish. So I think about him as a customer. I thought about him learning. I thought about him coming and trying the veggie burgers. I thought of him always speaking the truth. Hey, sister, what do you think about him being patient with me? My lack of responses, us changing everything in Drop Squad Kitchen, the wait times of 2 hours, and you get there and it's 2 hours later and the food is still not ready. Just the good character. And I'm saying y'all and your wife didn't have to be like that. Always good character. So,
thank you.
And I know that everybody is you pushed out. I know that we're all reflections of each other. So I know that I have to have some level of good character in order to be able to see that. And I'm very proud to have been here and have witnessed your journey in this realm. All right. So, okay, now we got the names. We got the names out of there. Oh man, I know I had some questions. So what personal experience catalyzed your transformation from student, and I'm going to say, to a leader in our community? That's because I'm trying to read from a script, but I'm not really trying to go from the script. So what catalyzed your personal, your experience going from just being the regular brother in the community that I saw dating and coming to Drop Squad Kitchen and actually I seen you at PLM. Actually, I seen you at a PLM event, and this was like 2012. I was with Naomi back then, and I came down there, and I think I saw you down there, and then I was at another one that I got invited to where Tahir RBG was there, and yeah. So you obviously, this isn't a new thing. How long have you been with that organization?
Yeah, since about 2012. It's funny because I was looking back through, I teach a class within it. I was looking back on some of my earliest of notes when I first come around. So it was definitely like December 2012.
That's when I started Drop Squad Kitchen.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so that makes sense. So 12/12, what a date.
Yeah.
So again, let me go back to my original question. What personal experience catalyzed your transformation from where you started out in 2012 to being a leader and a follower of a path to a builder of it?
Man, that's a good question. Because when you get caught up doing the work, you don't know when a shift actually happens. It's just that you stay persistent, you stay dedicated, you stay loyal to what your cause, you stay dedicated to your mission. And over time, as you evolve, you transform, you grow, you develop, you go through the good times, the bad times. At some point in time, somebody recognizes your potential, and then they just, they put you in a position to where you can maximize on your potential. So for me, like even now, I still consider myself a student. I'm still learning. I'm still growing. I'm still experimenting. I'm still studying. I'm still observing. I'm still learning. But at some point in time, it was just, you know, Baba saw potential in me, and and put me in the position to further my growth in a path of leadership.
And so for the people, we're speaking about Baba Imhotep Fatiu.
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
And he started PLM in 1995.
That's correct. Yep. PLM, yeah. PLM started it. We are
structured it, I should say, because it probably started well before 1995, but was organized for the record in 1995. Okay.
Bingo. What makes PLM different from a lot of other organizations which are out here? It wasn't an organization that grew from, you know, just a desire to get out and help Black people. It was something more than that. So many people who look at PLM, they some know, some don't know. PLM started behind the wall. PLM started in prison. And what happens is Baba, desiring a change for himself, got a book. And that book was entitled From Superman to Man by J.A. Rogers. So in the book, there's a character, Dixon, and he enjoyed reading and watching Dixon and how he was able to go toe-to-toe intellectually with this racist Southern white boy, this congressman. So it was an aspiration to be like Dixon. And then as he began to learn and grow, and evolve, and transform himself, then he began to reach out to other brothers and sisters to grow, evolve, and transform themselves. So all of PLM and all of the, even like the material that we have produced, it comes from a multitude of experiences, from being in prison, on lockup, battling against police, dealing with brothers from different mindsets and different persuasions, being out in society, trying to reacclimate and get back out and be involved in grassroots organizing and all that entails. So it's really comprehensive.
It's the comprehensive red, the black, and the green, and they're books. They are books. The books are red, black, and green. Would you like to share?
We got a whole in it. So the red, the black, the green, and then, you know, we had the branch on the other colors.
Right.
So the blue and the white.
Yeah, we don't need them in the Drop Squad Kitchen collection. So that was a good answer. Thank you very much. I'm very Baba Imhotep actually really inspired me on so many levels. There's so many things that I used to be like, I don't agree with that, but I just agree with his character. You know, and I agree with him, period, as a brother. Yeah. Because I have seen nothing but good come from him. You know, the wife, the children, the organizations putting on things like events and things like that I could just say I'm really proud. But what I'm really proud about is that even though I did know that story. I did know that because I've been at the events before. But for me, since it was structured, it was more about building an organization based off of like who you are and what your family is, and that you could participate in. And it's not like just, oh, I created a Girl Scouts organization and this is what we're doing. Like, you eat, sleep, and live PLM. You know what I mean? Everything that you do, like with everything that we have in here, I've read something about the name, like you are constantly earning it, right? I wrote that somewhere in my notes. And I was like, that's the same thing that I say to my children and all the people that work with us. And we are a very, very small organization as well. Yeah. But we are very, very, our foundation is amazing. Like it's amazing. And it's very inspirational because I can't wait to see our family looking like PLM. You know what I mean? But it's our family, our flesh and blood family. And now as a family, we can do work with PLM. Do you understand what I mean? Stuff like that and other organizations. But this show it's about PLM and you, because that is who you are a high holy representative of. But I also want to know, what is that whole summer initiative? What is the summer initiative about?
All right, so first and foremost, the summertime is our time. That's the season to get active, to get out there. So Baba put out a charge. I want to say, so PLM has a different new year. Our new year is in September, and it is called Septepi, first time, or the first occasion, reflective of PLM coming into existence, reflecting of, Septepi that was in Kemet. Right. So
That's my new year, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I was initiated in September, and all of us were initiated. So we died and were reborn in September, which is deep because I'm a Pisces and that's Virgo season. And I was like, yo, heaven on earth as above, so below. So that literally is all of our new year and his family, and he is September.
Oh,
yeah.
So we literally are Septembians, us too.
There you go.
But anyway,
something's going on to alignment.
I know, alignment.
Something's happening. So
I love it.
That charge was put out that we're going to get more out there because, you know, in years prior, there have been struggles with organization just in terms of, you know, I mean, we got folk coming in, we're doing a study class, we're doing Kwanzaa, we're doing a whole lot of things. So since the pandemic, things have shifted. And now, since things have become more stable, steady, organizations becoming more stable and steady, now it's time to get back out there. Okay. So the New African Health Initiative comes off of that effort to get out there more. Okay. It's an effort for me also to get out there more. I feel as though I have gone through enough training where at my current position, I have something to offer to the community. This is not to say that my training has stopped. I'm still in training. Right. But what I have so far, I know it can benefit what's going on out here in my community. So because my community has the need, I got to step up and answer the call. Gotcha. So yes, the Parasite Purge is the first initiative, the aspect of, you know, this later aspect of the spring, purging out, getting the body ready. Following that, we rebuilding the body through a series of nutrient-dense foods, herbs, things of that nature, along with physical activity. So running, working out, things of that nature.
So this initiative in the Parasite Purge, is it something that is just inside for PLM, or are you extending it to the community so our organization can get online and do it?
It's for anybody who wants to participate. So we're doing it from about June 7th was the official kickoff date, and that will go all the way up until June 22nd. So if you want to get involved, it is not too late. Hop in.
How do we hop in?
Contact me.
All right. And what is your contact information? Is it an email? Is it a Facebook? Is it a what?
You can catch me on Facebook. I think you tagged me in the post for this. So you can hit me up on Facebook. Phone number is 410-656-9604. So you can, send out that text, call, whatever the case may be, and we'll take it from there.
What's your handle on Facebook?
Minister Tamiim Fatiu, or maybe it's MIN.
Okay. So I should be able to do this. It is going to be 404.
410.
Come on, not Atlanta. 410.
656.
I had Atlanta on my mind. I don't know what's about to happen with that. All right.
9604.
What's 604?
9604.
Oh, wow, what a number.
I think you mixed it up.
I sure did. Oh, my goodness. 410. Let's start over.
All right. 410-656.
656.
9604.
All right. Oh, gosh. I'm learning this, y'all. Please forgive me. And I'm doing it all lower caps. Don't mind me.
We are all student teachers.
There we go. What? That is cute. You are tripping. There we go. Hey, I did it.
That's right.
All right. So we got that out. So what else did I see that have interested me? Did you have a question?
I do.
All right. Because I want
to go back to the beginning. What inspired you on this health journey?
Woo! So that is
this journey of health.
Okay. So my journey of health actually started around, I want to say 2013. I was just graduating college. And I had my struggle moments in college because that's the time period when you struggle, you trying to make ends meet. So sometimes food wasn't always there. So when I graduated from college and I finally got a decent paying job, I said, I'm going to reward myself. I'm going to eat whatever I want. And I wasn't vegan at the time. So here's the thing, right?
Right.
Lunch breaks, I might go to Olive Garden. I may go to Red Lobster because it was down the street. I said, you know, if I want me a cheese steak or bacon cheeseburger, I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna rinse it all down with a grape smeared off, and I'm gonna kick back up and I'm gonna enjoy my summertime. That's where I was on, right? This is how I'm enjoying myself. One of the times I was eating a bacon cheeseburger in my room.
Bacon
cheeseburger.
Okay.
Bacon cheeseburger in my room. I was slopping that thing up too. I had some chest tightening, and I was like, "Nah, I shouldn't feel this." Mind you, I've been an athlete my entire life. I played almost every sport, so to be an athlete consistently up until my life, some said I should not be having no chest tightening. I shouldn't feel like my heart is skipping beats. I said something ain't right, so I said I'm gonna go eat healthy. So then I started, so let
me ask you a question.
Vegetables and shrimp.
Did you finish the burger?
Of course.
Of course. Yeah. I just had to ask.
We ain't wasting no money now. We ain't wasting no money. I'm gonna eat that burger.
I know that's right.
Okay.
So as I began to learn more, I tried to, shift my diets and become a little healthy. Then I learned about vegan. So 2013 was a year of experimenting. So I would be vegan sometimes, and then I would go get a slice of pizza, go get my pizza I want. I'd be vegan a little more, and I go eat a bowl of Lucky Charms. Also, at this time period, it was a spiritual awakening for me because at this time period, I came across Dr. Sebi, and I didn't believe nothing Dr. Sebi was saying. I didn't believe nothing he was saying. I thought he was crazy, right? But the thing that got me was I went to New York. I went to like the state of New York and their court system. And because, he always talked about his victory in the state of New York. So I was like, it got to be a court document.
Some type of record.
You can read it.
Right.
So at the time, I found other court cases. I could read them. When I found his, I could not access it at all. That alone said, I'm a believer. I don't know how much I'm gonna believe, but I know access. I'm gonna believe everything he says. I'm gonna just believe everything he says. So I started. Now my mind is now open towards herbs. Now at the time, over on 27th and Jessup, there was a plot of land. A house caught fire, burned down. The plot of land. I'm always into the community. I want to build a garden there. I want to produce an urban garden. So as I'm out there and I'm about to till up the soil, tearing up, and I've had in my mind, I'm gonna grow wheat and tomatoes and cucumbers, and I'm gonna sell it to the business that's up the street. It's a black-owned business. I'm gonna sell my product to the black-owned business up the street. While I was doing that, it was like a voice came to me and it said, before you tear up anything in this garden, you need to learn about everything growing here. Now, me, I'm more of a logical, kind of technical kind of person. When I started college, I started in chemical engineering. I finished in finance. All of this is hard science numbers. This is not, the spiritual in tuneness. So when it's something that came to me and it's something that like I could not ignore it, that was a motivation for me to say, okay, I'm gonna start learning about all these plants. So I began learning about it, taking it to the lab to see what it was, to identify it. I pick some up, eat it, just to see what it tastes like. Make it, boil it as a tea, drink down the tea. So as my body is getting acclimated to these herbs, that aspect of going backwards to being non-vegan, the aspect of I'm gonna be vegan here, and then I'm gonna go get me some pizza, and I'm gonna be vegan here, but I'm still gonna get me a cheesesteak. That aspect, I had a hard stop because every time I did it, I got sick.
That's crazy.
Very sick. Like back was aching. Like this is a sick that I never really experienced. I got sick before, but I was never like, oh, my back is crazy hurting.
Organs.
My ears are too, like, it's very sensitive to sound. My eyes are sensitive to light. It was just like, it was crazy. So after getting sick about 5-6 times and having that and being sick for like a week at a time, I said, all right, I'm gonna go ahead on and do this vegan thing full time. And that began the journey. So that began the journey of my own health and my own hobby into just studying herbs. It wasn't until my father had a heart attack in 2016 that started my process of, now I'm gonna take what I do out to the community, because my father had a heart attack, and I think he only had like 10% of his heart. They had to shock him several times, like 7 times to revive him. They was able to do it only because he used to work out a lot, so his body was still somewhat in good shape. To be shocked that many times to bring him back, his heart was at 10%. Do you know, I think his heart got back up to like 50 to 60% in a matter of a week or two. I would bring my father some herbs into the hospital, and I would give him I didn't have to tell him know what it was. I said, I know it's good. They say this is good for you. Drink this, drink this. So he hated it, but he would drink it. And his heart rapidly improved, and they was like, they didn't believe it. They didn't believe this could happen.
That happened to him too.
Yeah. So did they know you were giving him the herbs?
No, of course not.
But see, I wouldn't. You know me. I was just like, I'm giving him this. He was diagnosed with a cancer, and I was like, I've never diagnosed anybody from a cancer, but I know enough stuff that I was just like, yo, this is what it said, and and he was out of there within 40 days and diagnosed cancer free. So I believe in the herbs.
And there's several stories that I've heard like that too. So that part in my mind, I was like, okay, there's something here to do. There's something that we can do this here. So unfortunately, a year later, he transitioned because it's one of the many missing aspects of health. But a lot of times what we don't get in terms of health, like we understand the necessity of eating right. We understand the necessity of herbs. We understand the necessity of exercise. A lot of times we don't understand the necessity of community, and how the community and how that social factor plays a role in restoring somebody's health, because they restore their confidence in themselves. They restore that morale that says, I can overcome this, right? So community is very important. And oftentimes that is like probably the I ain't gonna say it's the herb. It's like the herb in terms of its essentialness. So my dad transitioning helped me to understand more that it's not just the herb, right? Because somebody go back out into their environment that they're used to, they default back into what they was used to, and he defaulted back into eating all the things that was toxic to begin with. And the hospital wasn't no better. They better. They was so real.
Based off of all of that you said, I'm interested to know, what are some of the things that we can expect if I say, okay, I hit you up tomorrow and I'm like, no, we serious. The whole family got a new baby coming in. We got a new baby coming in. Like we need the whole house detoxed. We want to do this purge. What are some of the things that we can expect?
Well, I do provide a list of different herbs for a person who is interested in doing it. It can range from, I have to kind of separate it from a lower budget, mid budget. There is I would say at least 2 good products that I've seen on Amazon. So folks who do not want to go the route of making the herbs, or taking a fourth of a cup of a prepared herb. Some people just rather just do that little droplet of a tincture. There are certain things that the bees that Amazon can do that you could take that, incorporate that, and get your family started. So I do provide a list, depending on where somebody is at in terms of their finances, what they can afford. So yeah, I'll just say contact me and I can provide all of that information. And from there, it's just a matter of being consistent.
So if they contact you, you can provide information, and you can also provide, based off of their finance, an actual already, like a packet or something like that, like a tea that has a parasite cleansing tea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to know, because everybody's not like me. I just want to be a part of it. And I know, like, I will start making sure we have a lot of pineapples, a lot of nightshades. I'll make sure we have palo d'arco, black walnut, stuff like that. I'll make sure we have those herbs, which we already do, but we'll actually take them. You know what I mean? We'll make a lot of papaya salads. I remember,
Yes.
I can't stand when he come with the tablespoon. I'd be like, what? You know what I mean? He'd be like, take it, abundance. I mean, but I already took it. So he be coming in like with the medicine.
Yes.
Like he's Virgo, so he'd be on point. He's very logical about something. Don't say we're gonna do something and not do it. So
Is Virgo an earth sign?
yeah.
Yes.
And I'm all water. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay.
So a lot of zinc, a lot of pine oil, a lot of olive oil, a lot of polyphenol, like for the olive oil and stuff like that. But I also want to ask you, what are your top 3? Give me one professional in there, but top 3 like personal, professional accomplishments that you had in this life.
Top 3 personal, professional accomplishments. Let's see. I would say that I've had some clients who had fibroids, cysts, and we were able to get rid of that successfully.
Yes.
So that was a major aspect of excitement. Autoimmune, person with an autoimmune problem, lab results all over the place, brought all of that back into balance. So that was exciting to see. And from there, it's really, like I said, it's been a learning experience, because I have an opportunity to study with a holistic practitioner who's been doing it, 30, 40 years in Maryland. And I'm able to watch him as he nurtures his parishioners. He nurtures his parishioners. And that has taught me a lot, because for me, I'm very, like I said, I come from a very logical A plus B = C type of, sometimes, unfortunately, linear thinking, where, okay, you got this problem, this is a solution, do it. Yeah, that's the background that I
great foundation.
Yeah, but it don't work for us though. And it don't work for us people. So when it comes to being involved in the welfare and the healing of African people, you got to understand that it's more than diet, it's more than herb. You got to be able to understand the mentality of an oppressed person. And then you got to be able to understand their social backgrounds, and you got to be able to kind of bring them from that into a better spiritual and psychological state.
That's my next question.
And then you go into, all right, this, take this. And even though you may say, take this in 21 days, you'll be perfectly fine. The fact of the matter is, you may got it. They baby step. You might have to check in on them after 5 days.
Yeah, always.
So it's been a eye-opening journey for me, and I would say that is probably also rewarding, because I know where I want to take it, and where I want to take it, I want to be able to produce an independent Pan-African laboratory. One of the points on our 8-point political platform is to establish holistic healthcare and preventative care institutions. Now, if you know a little bit about Black history, well, actually, this won't come from a little bit. You have to know a lot about Black history to know that our ancestors have using the holistic approach, they have trumped anything relating to Western methodology. So the mamas, the bush doctors who would take the herb and use the herb to cure, maybe it was scurvy or yellow fever or malaria. You gotta understand the mentality that we was coming from when we had African people on those plantations. It was not those Western physicians who were experimenting with our people that come in to do anything for our people. It was our people working with nature who was able to save and redeem and to restore the health of our people. So what is very important, especially in a time period where we struggle with identity and we struggle with culture, and because we struggle with identity, it's hard to go into the history, because in order for you to love your history and to go through all those books and to go through all the different languages that may come about in terms of how these mamas and baba ancestors were able to do what they do, you got to have patience, man. You got to be able to be patient and dedicated. So I want to establish those holistic healthcare and preventative care institutions. I want it to be modernized and adapted to the era and time that we live in today, while using the nature that we have in our own backyards and recreate an African-centered holistic system.
We're in alignment. So Drop Squad Kitchen is now a program of Drop Squad Institute. I redesigned it. Priestess was telling me that these things happen to you because you were too small. And I'm like, what you mean? Like, we were doing good, you know? And it's like, no, you are supposed to be teaching. This is really supposed to be about liberation. So we created an entity called Drop Squad Institute, which is on the record, a whole EIN, you know, like all of that. So we're a holistic job corps where we can teach all of these things. And Drop Squad Kitchen is merely a program within the institute. So all the labs and all the things that you're talking about, we are not, you won't see us again until we have that building and we can actually do those things. And we have the PLM Health Institute or something like that in there. Like, we came together as a community to have those things. We're not waiting on anybody who said that they're doing schools. We're not doing that. This is what our family, what we want our legacy to be, because we have young ones coming through here and y'all are going to go to our institutions. So I've seen other people do it around here that have not even near the amount of melanin that we have, and doing it big with massive buildings and you know what I mean? I'm like, what? So we've been taking this time to do a lot of studying and a lot of reaching out to the community by doing this broadcast, and it's not based off of numbers. It's just based off of this is in alignment with what we're doing. This is, we need ministers too, you know, stuff like that. We need people who are studying in the way that he's studying. He didn't say, I have it all together. You heard him. I'm apprenticing with somebody. I'm studying. I'm reading a book by Michael Tierra, which made me want to ask you this. From your perspective, what is the most overlooked parasite in our community, biologically, spiritually, or institutionally?
Man, look, that European, that the love of European values is probably the top parasite.
I love it.
And that's not a physical parasite. That's a psychological parasite. Okay. That's a spiritual parasite. Amos Wilson said it. He said it best. He said, essentially, when we change the relationship that we have with each other, we could change the relationship that we have with them. Right? We got to be able to value who and what we are as a people. We got to be able to value Black identity. We got to be able to value Black culture. We got to know who we are and where we have come from, what we were able to accomplish from the totality of our history.
And so where does that start?
Pan-Africanism is so important and so relevant to today. But you said, where did that start?
Yeah, where do we have to know these things. So where do we start knowing these things? Is it in the home? Is it in the school system? Is it the community's responsibility? Where do we start teaching these values?
Ideally, the values would start in the home. ideally. The family is the first institution. PLM, we look at 4 major institutions. The family being the first, the most essential and the most important one. But we got folks who are in families where that may not be there. So in that situation, it is incumbent upon the person who knows to get out there into the community to do that work, to find those people.
PLM.
I love it. I love it.
And the way you just spit it, I'm just like, okay.
That's what it's all about. So that's why it's so important that, and you say, where the New African Health Initiative coming from. This is an aspect of engaging with people who are of the health mindset.
The outreach.
Bingo. So we got brothers who, you know what I mean? Shout out to my brother Adisa, Baba Adisa. He like working out. So that's gonna be an aspect.
Right.
We got the sisters, they like doing things from rituals. My sister Tiombe, she you know, she has a military background, so she like different things dealing with the weapons. That's another avenue, another way of engaging people. When you have those people in and you engage in those people with whatever it is that their interests are, then you're able to see where they're at. So if they have an open mind, if they're receptive, then you start that process of building with the person. Right. Facts. So Bob, I think in the Green Book, he actually talked about how he was able to do it behind the wall. And when you look at it, see, a lot of times people think, oh, well, yeah, that makes sense to go build with people. Man, y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand what I'm saying. When I'm talking about building with people, it is an ongoing, everyday type of process.
Facts.
And when Baba was doing it behind the wall, like it blew my mind, because he's talking about having conversations with brothers about African history, culture, current affairs, revolution, all these different topics. He said from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. Right? And then when you really go into the grassroots organizing of things, then you're getting into people's relationships. So now you're getting a front seat into people's
Where's the minister of psychology or psychiatry? Y'all got that?
That fall under mine as well.
Of course, hell. I love it.
So yeah, that's why I say it's so incumbent that you got to be able to know, like, there's no easy role first and foremost, but somebody in like my position, you got to know. You got to know the diet stuff. You got to know the herb stuff. You know what I mean? All that normal stuff that comes with health. You got to know the psychology of oppressed people. You got to know the social dynamics of your people and where they're coming from. All of that play a factor.
And you got to have good character.
And you got to have good character.
And most of all, you got to have patience.
Patience is the father of all character. So, listen, y'all have been tuned into Abundancechild Live. Big ups to PLM. Big ups to Baba Imhotep in the building. Yeah, we give thanks for WJBSradio.com, WJBSradio.com. We've been building with Minister Tamiim Fatiu. Of course, my husband, John Carr. Big ups to our sound engineer, Makai Faison. On the video, Anana Tawa L. Big ups, big ups, big ups. We thank you, we thank you, thank you. It's been episode 8 of Abundancechild Live. See you next week, same time.
Oh, it's over?
Yes.
Oh, man. It goes fast. Time go fast. All right.
Tomorrow mixer.
It goes. Oh, yeah. Don't forget, we got a mixer tomorrow for the grown. Drop Squad Kitchen's gonna be in the building. It's from grown folks stuff. We're gonna have meatloaf tomorrow. We're gonna have cabbage tomorrow, rice and peas tomorrow. So it's real cheap, y'all. Just come through. All right.
Popping.
All right. Peace. All right.
One love.
Thank you. I had fun. I love doing this stuff. Because we used to do like 2 hours and stuff like that. So we playing this for the radio land. This is what they can hear on WJBSradio.com for the people who are just listening. But for the people who can see, like, we still here,
This is just recording the
Oh, I give thanks. I need somebody to be on these things on the comments, you know?
Yeah, I know. That was tough when we was doing the lives because it was like we was trying to talk and then somebody got to type.
Yep.
Look at it. So what platform do you use?
This one is Restream.
Okay.
Because StreamYard was a little bit too out of my budget, wasn't giving as much. So right now, it's creating clips for me, so I can go and take some of the best parts and just start posting them and sharing them. You know what I mean? I don't have. This is already on YouTube. It's on Drop Squad Kitchen. It's on Unapologetically Up to You Know.
What's it called again?
This is Restream. I'll send you a link.
Okay.
It's Restream.
I think Bob uses that StreamYard.
This is more economical now, and it has more options. They literally have they create shorts for you using AI, and nobody got time. You know what I mean?
That's the key right there. That's what everybody looking at.
What? Oh, Meatloaf.
I heard you.
Yeah. We got a good review. Some people said they couldn't. They said it tastes better than regular meatloaf. They couldn't believe it was vegan. I made it out of black eyed peas.
Oh, you really?
It's black eyed peas. Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
So looks like this ties into each, right?
The Nomo.
Yeah.
That's Dogon.
It's the same with when you do
That was my next question. Is this
you would be
associated
the
with
3.5
the
phone
numbers?
in.
That's why I went to street. Why
That's what
number?
was probably was tripping up a little bit. I was
Which
like,
one?
okay, I'm approaching it like an actual mixing board. Right. You feel me? So I'm like, okay. And the cool thing.
So how's the working community
Little
going?
things you gotta remember. Like,
Y'all need to get these books.
between live.
I fell behind. I have this one. Is this the first book?
The first one is the red one. So this is the second.
I have this one.
You
I have
the
this
black
one.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, that's.
I'm really proud of the brother. I'm really proud to have known him in this life. Really proud that he's been in my house eating food. And the way. Yes.
You still in Baltimore? Or you back up?
All right, y'all. Peace, peace, peace. Peace.